Many thanks for joining Naso Television News at 7. Apologies for coming your way late. My name is Rosemary Kokotega. The headlines. President Tinubu arrives in London on a historic state visit to UK. FCT Minister inspects major road projects, promises completion by May. Multiple bomb blasts kill 23 persons in Maiduguri. In business, Nigeria's headline inflation rate eased to 15.06% in February 2026. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in London for a state visit to the United Kingdom. A statement by presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga said President Tinubu, who was invited as guest of Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla, departed Abuja earlier on Tuesday, which is today, March 17, in company of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and will be hosted at Windsor Castle from Wednesday, March 18 to Thursday, March 19. This state visit is the first by a Nigerian leader in 37 years. President Tinubu is also the first Nigerian leader to be hosted by the British monarch at Windsor Castle. President Tinubu and the First Lady will, according to the statement, be invited by Their Majesties to view a special exhibition of items from the royal collection related to Nigeria. The royal family will also host a state banquet in honor of the Nigerian guests in the evening. President Tinubu is to hold a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Keir Starmer at 10 Downing Street, which will lead to expanded bilateral engagement between senior officials of the two countries. He will also witness the signing of the landmark £746 million financing deal between the UK Export Finance as well as the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA) and Federal Ministry of Finance to support the refurbishment of two of Nigeria's major national maritime infrastructure, the Lagos Port Complex and the Tin Can Island Port Complex. The President will further be the guest of honor at the Nigerian Modernism exhibition showcasing modern art and culture and attend a reception with Nigerian and British business leaders and the diaspora community. President Tinubu will return to the country at the conclusion of the state visit. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Wike, has said several ongoing road projects across the territory are on track for completion ahead of President Tinubu's third anniversary in office. Barrister Wike gave the assurance after inspecting projects linking Kasana, Kubwa, Jahi, Gwarimpa and Kuje, noting that contractors maintained steady progress on key infrastructure aimed at improving connectivity across the capital.
Let us not pretend, all of us know an armed robber cannot go to a place where there are no people linking the armed robber. There must be somebody very close. Kidnappers don't also go to just say, as I kidnap somebody. There must be an informant. So it's not far from the fact that, yes, they have collaborations between the various departments. Okay, take for example, we're talking about the embassies. First of all, for the vehicle control to give you approval of building, you must show ownership. And that ownership is CO4. We can find out that there's no CO4. How did they approve the building? So these are the kind of problems we have.
Among projects inspected is the N16 interchange linking Jahi and Gwarimpa, as well as the airport road to Kuje project being handled by Arab contractors. The minister said the projects are expected to be completed by the end of May and will significantly ease transportation for residents commuting between satellite towns and the city center.
First of all, I don't know why you can have a good transport system where you don't have connectivity and you don't have good road network. It's a simple down for you to connectivity, and that makes transport to be easy. And that's what every city is looking up to.
Legal structures in parts of the capital, including areas designated as green zones and diplomatic land. He said the actions were necessary to enforce the city's master plan and warned that the administration would not tolerate violations of approved land use.
And then we are here now in the Kusabe. Like I've always said that people do not obey or do not want to obey laws, and simply because they always believe that government will come and go. And so let's just wait. When the government comes and go, we'll continue what we are doing. We will not allow that. It doesn't matter, but we'll do the right thing. This place was given as a green area, but for what we have seen now, they want to develop it to an estate, which is a violation. And this is the kind of things we have always complained about. People will use different strategies to get land from government. At the end of the day, they will do a different thing. So we have to demolish it. And we are also going to withdraw the whatever approval he has, because it was not given to him to develop estate. It was for green.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mr. Mohammed Idris, has inaugurated the Media and Public Subcommittee for the 2026 APC National Convention. The inauguration took place in the Minister's Conference Room, Radio House, Abuja. Our correspondent, Debsi Ginda, completes the story.
Minister of Information and National Orientation, Malam Mohammed Idris, said the Media and the Publicity Subcommittee of the 2026 APC National Convention is not only reporting the activities leading to the convention, but also developing content, create media relations, and liaise with other committees for the successful hosting of the convention. He said the subcommittee goes beyond publicity. It involves ensuring accurate information dissemination, promoting transparency, coordinating media engagement, and projecting the process and outcomes of the convention to Nigerians and the international community. He said, as a co-chairman of the subcommittee, the responsibility entrusted to this committee is therefore both strategic and vital.
Let me thank you most sincerely once again for accepting to serve and to ask you to please work very hard. We don't have much time again. Let's work very hard. And as I said earlier, the success or otherwise of this convention is dependent on how well we organize this committee and how well we ensure that all the programs that we have set up also are ventilated to the Nigerian public effectively and positively. So let me thank you and to tell you that I'm part of what you are doing, and whatever you do there, I'm sure I'm going to get details of that, and then also, of course, relay that to the chairman, His Excellency Member Labuni.
The minister said, as a party, the APC remains committed to advancing the renewed hope agenda of the president, and this forthcoming convention provides another opportunity to demonstrate the unity, discipline, and shared commitment to national progress. A member of the Media and Publicity Subcommittee, Tunde Ramon, said the subcommittee would do its best to ensure a successful hosting of the convention.
We're able to do our work well. There's no more to it than, sharing out the work, ensuring that at the end of the day we coordinate to ensure that we have a heat-free convention of the Greatest Party in Sub-Sahara.
The ABC National Convention is expected to be held soon. Topsy Gimba, reporting for ASO Television News.
Multiple bomb blasts in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital city, has claimed the lives of 23 persons and injured 108 others. This was confirmed by the spokesman of the Borno State Police Command, Nuhum Kenneth Daso, in a press statement on Tuesday. The state police spokesman said suspected suicide IED explosions occurred at about 19:24 hours on Monday at Maiduguri Mandi Market, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital Gate, and Post Office flyover area. He said preliminary investigation reveals that the incidents were carried out by suspected suicide bombers, adding that following the incidents, a combined team of police, tactical units, the military, and other joint security operatives were swiftly deployed to the affected areas. Kenneth Dasso said the victims were promptly evacuated by emergency responders, including the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the State Emergency Management Agency to medical facilities where they are currently receiving treatment. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum described the bombings as barbaric, stating that recent surge in attacks was not unconnected with intense military operations in the Sambisa forest, a known jihadist stronghold. The Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC has issued a traffic advisory to motorists and travelers along the Gwagwalada corridor in the Federal Capital Territory following congestion caused by ongoing dismantling work on the temporary steel fortification on the Gwagwalada Bridge. The Corps says the construction activities has led to slow traffic movement around the area, urging road users to remain calm, exercise patience, and cooperate with traffic officials deployed to manage the situation. Motorists are also advised to comply with directives from FRSC personnel and other security agencies to help ease congestion and prevent avoidable crashes. The advisory comes ahead of the Eid al-Fitr celebrations when vehicular movement is expected to increase across major highways. The FRSC is therefore urging drivers to maintain lane discipline, avoid dangerous overtaking, and approach the construction zone with caution while planning their journeys ahead to ensure safe travel for all road users. The Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC Shehu Mohammed has commissioned a table tennis court at the national headquarters Abuja as part of efforts to promote staff health and productivity. The Corps Marshal said the facility is aimed at improving the physical and mental well-being of personnel, noting that table tennis helps enhance alertness, coordination, and discipline. He said the initiative aligns with the Corps' welfare policy and its commitment to encouraging healthy living through sports. Corps Marshal Mohammed also said the facility would help nurture sporting talent within the organization, building on existing achievements in sports such as handball and badminton. He urged personnel to take ownership of the facility and ensure its proper maintenance. The Society for Enhancement of Women Integration has called for support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu comes 2027. National Secretary of the group, Professor Ridwan Adeyemi, called for the support during a national media conference alongside a special prayer session for the nation held at the conference room of Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, ASO Radio and Television Services. Kabir Jibril reports.
The way the people of the nation are, that is how God will put their leader on them.
The event, which brought together political mobilizers, women organizations, and grassroots campaign networks, began with a special prayer session.
God will honor our words in the name of Jesus.
Speaking on behalf of the coalition representative and support group.
In an address, National Secretary of the Society for Enhancement of Women Integration, Professor Ridwan Adeyemi, noted significant policy reforms of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration aimed at stabilizing the economy and strengthening national security.
The nationwide network of witness to door-to-door ambassadors and Nigerian Development Group support groups will begin a coordinated program of civic engagements, policy advocacy, grassroots mobilization, and public enlightenment aimed at supporting the administration's vision for national transformation.
My own majorly is to appreciate Allah.
The national coordinator, Haja Fatuki, explains that the event serves as a moment of national reflection and prayers. Speaking further, she emphasized the importance of national unity and collective prayers for the progress and stability of the country.
Our endorsement is rooted in the conviction that Nigeria is currently undergoing an important phase of economic restructuring, institutional reform, and national rebuilding. This reform requires continuity, stability, and sustained leadership in order to fully deliver their intended benefits to the Nigerian people.
To love your nation is part of the faith. So our purpose here is come and do the right of our King.
Oh Allah, put your mercy, blessing, grace, benevolence, and guidance on this our great leader.
Participants at the event reaffirmed their confidence in the leadership of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, urging Nigerians to continue to pray for peace and stability of the country. Kabiru Jibril, ASO Television News.
Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Benjamin Kalu, has commended President Bola Tinubu for signing the Kampala Convention Domestication Act into law, describing it as a significant step towards restoring the dignity of internally displaced persons, IDPs, and upholding their welfare. The Deputy Speaker gave commendation on Tuesday when he received the delegation of the International Committee of the Red Cross ICRC in Nigeria, led by Doris El Dawhi, on a courtesy visit in his office. He also expressed gratitude to the Attorney General of the Federation, Chief Lateef Fagbemi, for his role in the domestication process, adding that the act will be domesticated at the state level for easy implementation. Mr. Kalu noted the signing of the act has set an example for other African countries and will catalyze them to domesticate the act to address IDP challenges. He called on government agencies to ensure their budgets reflect the needs of the IDPs, emphasizing implementation and impact-driven action. A statement by Chief Press Secretary to the Deputy Speaker, Mr. Livinus Nwabugogo, said the delegation came to appreciate the Deputy Speaker, the National Assembly, and the country for domesticating the Kampala Convention to enhance the welfare of the IDPs. Leader of the ICRC delegation, Doris El Dawhi, said Nigeria is on the right track with the domestication of the act. The act was sponsored by Mr. Kalu alongside 6 other lawmakers as co-sponsors. You're watching ASO Television News. We are live on DSTV 392, StarTimes TV 127, Free TV 507 on the UHF band, channel 38. Coming up in the bulletin after the break. Nigeria's headline inflation rate eased to 15.06% in February 2026, alongside other stories. Do stay with us.
Some things don't arrive. They've always been. Not for a day, for all of time. Until quietly, something shifts. Moving from someday to now. Women are not honored in time. They are woven through it, shaping every story, every voice, every breath. We are because she is, and because tomorrow they will be.
Many thanks for staying with us on the news. We go ahead with other stories. The APC National Chairman, Professor Mentawe Yildirim, has officially received Senator Philip Tanimo Aduda as a member of the All Progressives Congress APC party. Senator Aduda, who was formerly member of People's Democratic Party PDP, resigned his membership following a party internal crisis. Senator Aduda said he has formally become a member of the APC and thanked his supporters for their support. With the formal joining of the governing party APC, Senator Philip Aduda is expected to join the FCT senatorial seat to contest against the current Senator Ireti Kingsley in 2027. The chairman of Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, has concluded a humanitarian outreach aimed at supporting Islamic tafsir preachers and Quranic reciters across mosques in the council area. The outreach, which took place during the holy month of Ramadan, was carried out by a delegation led by the Deputy Chief of Staff, Honorable Abdulrahman Ibrahim Agui. During the visits to several mosques within Abaji Area Council, the delegation presented cash support on behalf of the chairman to tafsir preachers and Quranic reciters in appreciation of their dedication to spreading Islamic teachings and guiding the Muslim faithful. The Deputy Chief of Staff said the gesture reflects the Council's commitment to encouraging Islamic scholars who devote their time and knowledge to preaching and reciting the Holy Quran, especially during the spiritual period of Ramadan. In their response, the Tafsir preachers and Quranic reciters expressed appreciation to the chairman for the support and recognition given to them, describing the gesture as timely and encouraging for those engaged in religious teachings within the council. They also offered special prayers for Chairman Abdullahi, asking Allah to guide, protect, and strengthen him throughout the remainder of his first tenure and grant him wisdom, good health, and divine direction as he prepares to begin his second tenure. The Islamic scholars further prayed for sustained peace, unity, and prosperity in Abaji Area Council, Nigeria, and the world at large during the blessed month of Ramadan. The Sultanate Council of Sokoto has called on Muslims across Nigeria to begin the search for the new moon of Shawwal on Wednesday, 18th March 2026, which corresponds to the 29th day of Ramadan, 1447 AH. In a press release issued by the chairman of the Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs of the Sultanate Council, Professor Sambo Wali Junaidu, Muslims are urged to observe the sky on the specified date for the possible sighting of the new moon that will signal the end of Ramadan and the beginning of Shawwal. According to the statement, anyone who sights the new moon is expected to promptly report the observation to the nearest district head or village head for onward communication to the Sultan. The report will then be transmitted to the President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and Sultan of Sokoto Muhammad Saad Abubakar III for official confirmation and announcement. The Sultanate Council noted that the moon sighting is an important religious obligation that determines the conclusion of the Ramadan fast and the celebration of the Eid al-Fitr by Muslims. The statement also prayed for divine guidance and assistance for Muslims in carrying out the religious duty of moon sighting across the country. AIDS Healthcare Foundation, in collaboration with the Joint Health Sector Unions, has called on the European Union to adopt equity in the distribution of vaccines to Nigeria and other African countries. Country Program Director Mr. Echi Ijezi, while addressing newsmen on Tuesday in Abuja, emphasized on the mandatory benefits of the equity distribution of vaccines to supporting fair and enforceable benefits sharing rules. I'm afraid the report is not ready, but subsequently it will be brought to you. National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) says Nigeria's headline inflation rate eased to 15.0% in February 2026. Data released on Monday by the Bureau showed a marginal drop of 0.04 percentage points from the 15.10% recorded in January. While the decline is slight, it signals a continued trend of moderation that policymakers at the Central Bank of Nigeria are expected to monitor closely as they pursue price stability. According to the report, the Consumer Price Index, that's CPI, which measures the average change over time in the prices of goods and services consumed by households, rose to 130.0 in February 2026, up from 127.4 in January, representing a 2.6-point increase within the month. On year-on-year basis, headline inflation fell significantly to 15.0% compared with 26.27% recorded in February 2025, representing a decline of 11.21 percentage point. However, prices increased at a faster pace on a monthly basis. The inflation rate stood at 2.01% in February, higher than the 2.88% recorded in January. The NBS noted that food prices remained the largest driver of inflation during the period. And now let's remind you that President Bola Tinubu has arrived in London earlier today, March 17, for a state visit to the United Kingdom, accompanied by the First Lady, Senator Oluyemi Tinubu. Many thanks for watching. I am Rosemary Kokotega. Good night.